Maybe.
La, la, la.
I think we're just live.
All right.
I think it didn't roll the. Yeah, no, it didn't roll the intro.
Step inside, take a seat, feel the magic in the air. Cards on the table, let the spirits take you there. Aeson's got the insight, Joe's teching up the show. Sip that truth, honey, let the mystic wisdom flow. Oh, ooh, it's the Sidekick Coffee Shop. Future sights, we're spilling secrets left and right. So grab your cup, let's take a ride on this cosmic caffeinated guide. Yun, ooh, it's the Sidekick Coffee Shop.
Good evening, and we are finally live. And the intro played, and yeah, if you got here early, you may have seen little bits and pieces of something else.
Well, at least there wasn't anything inappropriate bits and pieces.
Yeah, at least it wasn't. I mean, I had my shirt on, the door's closed, life is good. But anyhow, hello, Miss Brenda. How are you?
Hey, Brenda.
Did you get that video I sent you about the cop? And did the question come through afterwards?
I hope you're talking to Brenda.
I am.
Like, there's a video about a cop and a question and a
Yes. See, me and Brenda exchange because she's a Patreon member, so therefore she gets more access to me. Oh, okay. I sent you a cop video talking about having to go up in an attic, and I asked you a question about where you use something for a company. Okay.
No. Oh no. This sounds bad.
It was funny. Yeah.
Oh yes. Fun.
Yeah, TikTok. Yes. All right. So anyhow, today I'm rocking through TikTok, and up pops this, because I also subscribe to a lot of news stuff, and up pops this U.S.-based news. U.S. is all capitals, and I'm like, okay, what's this? And it showed Humpty Dumpty lost my fucking brains and somehow took over a country.
Well, yeah, there's always that. Like, that's every
signing supposedly a new law that if you live with someone for 5 years, you are now automatically married to them. I thought, well, this will be interesting, because which certificate are they going to honor at this house?
Yeah, that'll get interesting, right?
Yeah, that'll get really interesting.
Which one?
And then it's like, oh, August 1st, both of them are in trouble. Because one, if it's our wedding day, that's nice. Can I please have my wedding day jewelry? And secondly, where's my anniversary gifts, you lumps? Because they've been with me longer than 5 years.
Yes, but if the law makes us married, then we restart, and I think it's paper.
Uh-huh.
And you already got it.
I have not.
With a presidential signature, you got a little piece of paper. There you go. There's your anniversary gift. You got paper.
Again, where's my jewelry?
Nope. Gotta wait. Gotta wait for jewelry. Nope.
Anyhow. But this looked like really, like, the way they cut the video, it looked really authentic, and I'm like, must research. This will be interesting to talk about, because I checked the mail. I didn't get a marriage certificate. Like, damn, did we get left out of this one?
Yeah, paper equals more planners. Okay, I see the problem. You know what? At this point though, I've celebrated on based on planner purchases. We have celebrated like I don't know 50 anniversaries. Uh,
Based on you buying me a planner of your own volition.
Hey, I bought a few of them for you. I built a few of them for you.
You built a few.
Homemade Trumps bought it for you.
So of course I'm googling this because I'm going, what like has Humpty Dumpty had another brain fart that like there is some form of marriages that are, but they're not recognized on the federal level.
Yeah.
And
Snopes. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So Snopes did unpacking claim new Trump law automatically marries unwed couples after 5 years, while some states recognize common law marriage. There's no federal law making couples automatically married after a certain period. So if you're watching this one, make sure you get through the claim and the debunking. So the claim is U.S. President Trump signed a law effective August 1st, 2025, making couples who have been in a relationship for 5 years automatically legally married. In July 2025, a rumor circulated online that U.S. President signed a law effective August 1st, making couples who have been in a relationship for 5 years automatically legally married. The president just signed a bill effective August 1st. If you have been in a relationship for 5 years, you legally married. One Facebook post read, on TikTok, video with the claim reached over 2.4 million views and 314,300 reactions, with a caption of Trump announced you are legally married if you're in a relationship for 5+ years. The rumor spread on multiple social media platforms such as Threads, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit, but there was no such law. Nor was there any credible indication that the president was proposing such a law in July 2025. No reputable news outlets, government websites, or official presidential statements supported this claim. What's more, marriage laws are primarily determined by individual states, not the federal government. Any such major federal legislation would have been widely reported by the press. Therefore, we rated this claim as false. We contacted the White House for a comment, but a spokesperson declined to provide an on-the-record statement. So a search of the White House website showed no mention of marriage between mid-June and mid-July 2025. A Google search for new president law, all couples together more than 5 years were legally married, and similar search terms yielded only social media posts with no credible news reports, government announcements, or legal sources confirming such law. If this claim were true, it would almost certainly have been widely covered by major news outlets, legal analysts, and official government channels, given the significant legal implications of automatically recognizing couples as legally married after 5 years. The rumor seems to stem from a misunderstanding of common law marriage, a legal concept that exists in some U.S. states. Common law marriage recognizes couples as married without a formal ceremony or marriage license, but only if certain conditions are met, typically that the couple live together and present themselves as a married couple. Importantly, however, common law marriage does not force people to be married, but rather grants couples the legal recognition and protections of marriage if they meet specific criteria. As of this writing, there was no evidence that the president's administration enacted or proposed any federal changes to common law marriage laws. So the rumor likely originated from a July 5th TikTok video posted by the user at goldmind with 2 eyes 18, who has shared multiple similar videos framed as breaking news about the president announcing controversial legislation. So this has included BBLs are now illegal. If the thighs don't match, you must detach. Oh, Brazilian butt lifts. That the president just announced no more child support. Announces he will be stepping down and passing the torch to Kamala Harris.
I personally think this user should be, I don't know, wiped off the planet of social media.
The what now? The video should be removed.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we contacted the user to ask whether they originated the story and to request the source of their information, but as of this writing, have not received a reply. In the video, the user claimed it's all over the news: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, World News, Top News, National News, CNN, TMZ, and also stated that couples would be receiving marriage licenses in the mail. In reality, this was false, and no news outlets reported such a development, as we have already explained. The rumor was later picked up by accounts sharing clearly AI-generated videos on the topic. While it remains unconfirmed who first originated the specific claim about a new presidential marriage law, similar ideas have circulated online for some time. For instance, in mid-June 2025, one ex-user wrote, "We would free so many people if common law marriage kicked in by default at the 5-year mark," reaching over 1.2 million views.
See, we gotta stop rewording this stuff. Crap. I also think that it's like, really? Really? Do you know how much insanity will incur at that point? And how many marriages you will have to freaking recognize?
Or more to the point, how many you will have to undo. And then you have the problem of how exactly do you want to recognize two people as a married couple?
Mm-hmm.
Because things get weird, and especially when, like, my grandmother and I, living in the same house with the same last name, were often and frequently addressed as Mr. and Mrs. Arrington, even though it is clear this is not a husband and wife relationship. But if you are just looking at mailing address information, if you're looking at the way people sent us stuff, it was one of those, it is a way to address that envelope. It is not specifically the best way. Mm-hmm. As we are two distinct, related individuals. And sometimes that can be a real problem, is one, even knowing the gender of two individuals based solely on name. Mm-hmm. And this is where I struggle with this is where are you going to grab the information from? My bank account? Yeah, I was also on my grandmother's bank accounts.
Right.
Like, what are you using? Like, right. Two people with the same address registered for, like, a legal ID? Yeah, I had that.
Right.
She had a driver's license. I had a driver's license. You're just gonna guess.
Right.
You're gonna do it by age proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Like what source are you gonna use to make that determination? Because clearly, no one's gonna be filing, or is going to be married filing jointly on their taxes.
Right.
Because if you're married filing jointly on your taxes,
right,
you're already married.
Right.
So again, I like, this is one of those, like, I don't see how it got as far as it did without the initial knee jerk of like, wait, how the hell
Right.
are you gonna figure out that two people that live together are at least a couple, at least?
Right.
And more importantly, how are you going to deal with like brothers that live together?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you have a indeterminate first name like Sam,
Right.
Tim, Terry. Like, it goes either way.
Right.
Like, how you figuring that out? So yeah, that's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's why the requirement has always been that you at least you at least publicly present
Right.
as a married couple, and that actually has more to do with some of the things that are advantaged by marriage.
Right.
For a couple that you either might not have recognized normally,
Right.
because you aren't technically married. I think most of it has to do with next of kin, inheritance, or trying to make a claim of inheritance. Those kinds of things.
Right.
Palimony,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it effectively is meant in certain contexts. To open that up. That's why you usually see couples in states that have common law marriage make a very clear distinction.
Right.
They are not husband and wife.
Right.
Especially if someone does not want someone else having access to their assets.
Right. Or does.
Or vice versa. Someone that it's all but a piece of paper.
Exactly.
It's all but a piece of paper.
Right.
And in some instances, that
Mm.
piece of paper may be the worst thing that can happen to it.
Yeah. Or in some, especially with, since we penalize people with disabilities for getting married.
Yes, exactly. We do penalize people in a number of different government programs for being married while in the program.
Right.
I mean, there's reduced Social Security benefits, there are reduced disability benefits, and I mean retirement Social Security. Like, all of it gets reduced when you're held out as a married couple.
Right.
There's fair, and then there are also situations like, God, you could mess up some people's, life after divorce and life after death.
Right.
Of a spouse, I mean. In terms of like reducing, payout of benefits or, alimony, any kind of spousal support, you can really rip a new one.
Exactly.
If you start pushing it.
Yeah, but it's like, oh really? No, this isn't anything, and then it's like, oh no, it's fake news. The problem here, however, is that the amount of fake news that is swirling around our government is ridiculous. Very ridiculous.
Right. Well, and it doesn't take much anymore because we are training up AI models, basically searching the internet. And so if you load up enough content on the internet to make something look legit, AI will treat it as legit without necessarily understanding the complexity of the thing. Because this is the fundamental problem with AI, at least as it exists currently right now in this moment, is that it is not actually thinking.
Right.
This is more like a child repeating words they don't necessarily understand related to a topic.
Right.
And it's kind of like that is about that thing.
Right.
But you don't know what any of those words mean.
Right.
Like you're not thinking about what you're saying. And that's been part of the inherent like issue is so to speak the IQ of AI.
Right.
It's more looking for a consensus or a preponderance of connection to try to synthesize, a summation.
Right.
And it's like, no. That doesn't always work. And then additionally, how you train the AI models and what you choose to tell it to believe. That is a note for Elon Musk, who has already, I believe, blown one up because, well, there was one he didn't like because, like, it told him inconvenient things that he didn't want to hear.
Right.
And then he created a second one, and I think it has blown up.
Right.
Because it started telling him what he wanted to hear, but it didn't go well.
Right.
Yeah.
Many problems. And of course, AI is here to stay. We just got to learn how to deal with it. But please check your sources because I was hot as a ferret. All right. So moving on with that, let's go over to Denmark and possible plans for Anna if she continues her bereavement.
Hey, even I'm like this one. So ABC News brings us Denmark Zoo asks for people to donate their pets to feed its predators. The request created a backlash online with many disagreeing with the practice. So a Denmark zoo is asking the public to donate their pets, particularly chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs, so that they can feed them to the zoo's predators. In zoos, we have a responsibility to imitate the natural food chain of the animals in terms of both animal welfare and professional integrity. The Aalborg Zoo said in a statement last Thursday. The request created a backlash online with many disagreeing with practice, but the zoo said the purpose of the program is to make sure nothing goes to waste and to ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predators, according to the zoo's website. The zoo also said they would accept horses, which they euthanize and slaughter for food, though they said that the zoo's needs vary throughout the year and there might be a waiting list. For horses, Aalborg Zoo said it receives the horse as a donation, and the owner of the horse can obtain a tax deduction for the value of the horse, according to the zoo's website. The zoo also said they will accept chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs on weekdays between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., but no more than 4 at a time. ABC News has reached out to Aalborg Zoo for comment. The practice is not unheard of in Denmark, and in 2014, the Copenhagen Zoo garnered attention on social media when it killed a healthy giraffe and fed it to their predators. 4 lions, including 2 cubs, were also euthanized several weeks later to make room for a new male lion in the Danish zoo. The lions were euthanized for not being able to defend themselves against him, Copenhagen Zoo officials said at the time. If you have an animal that has to leave here for various reasons, feel free to donate it to us, the zoo said. The animals are gently euthanized by trained staff and are afterwards used as fodder. Ooh, it's not that I don't understand it. It's just, I don't think anyone wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone wanted their zoo experience to also include the knowledge that, like, oh yeah, they accept donations of animals to turn loose in front of their predators and chow down.
See, but there's a problem there. What happens if the predators are like, nah, like you do, you can go move underneath that bush? What's the zoo's continual plan?
That works out well. I don't know what the zoo plans to do in that.
And personally, I think that Anna would scare the lions. She scares our dog.
True. Granted, cats we're not part of that list, so it's not honest plan unless we can put her into a little chicken costume.
I'm sure she can sprout feathers.
But no, we're not doing that to the cat. The trauma alone. But no, I know we have such a separation from the wild, socially that as zoo patrons, as people who are interested in animals, I think we like the idea that we don't have to think about what they eat. That's someone else's job, and we don't envision our zoo animals as necessarily being kept in hunting condition.
Right.
Because I think that also scares us a little. That if an animal were to get out, that they are very much going to be capable of stalking prey. I would caution the idea that I'm sure that also keeps the idea of what prey is in that animal's mind. So I would wonder if that also, I mean, I know in a sense, humans would be prey for these animals. Because food is food is food is food is food. But I think if they're more, so to speak, socialized to accept chickens and rabbits, that they would be more likely to go after chickens and rabbits and be like, I don't know what that thing is over there. They walk past all day long. Never tasted one. Might be good, might be bad, but I know the rabbit's good.
Right.
I don't know that a zoo should have necessarily asked for animal donations like that. I think that's a moment of like you handle feeding them. Let's not talk about that publicly. Because I think that's more so the problem is it's more of a like, oh, I didn't want to think about that. I didn't want to think about a pet rabbit being, dinner for a zoo lion. I think that's their backlash.
Yeah, I think that's backlash. I think that it's interesting that you can get a tax decal for, if you donate
a tax deduction. Yeah. Anything you donate, it's. I'm sure that zoo is the Denmark equivalent of a 501c3, and they accept donations and give receipts.
Right.
Because you can get for any nonprofit organization, you can get a receipt for about anything you claim on your taxes for your donation.
Right.
You can get that at Goodwill. You can get that at churches. You can get that about anything. If you donate the rules on it. I'll let someone else figure that one out. Talk to your tax preparer. There are some things you can donate. Like you can donate product, you can't donate services.
Right.
Even though we commonly use the words, donated my time, you can't actually donate your time.
Right.
That you can volunteer it, but that is considered for free. Usually, at most, you get paid. And I use those words sparingly, or in air quotes, in terms of like a meal and appreciation.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Right.
But yeah.
But no. All right. So we took care of Denmark. We're going to cover a couple local stories, and then we'll hop into Blind Gate, okay? Let's first take on this Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. All right, so from 59 News, WBNS, a local restaurant suspended a promotion. Golden Corral suspends Preacher Appreciation Sundays promotion after alleged complaint from resident. All right, here we go. A local restaurant suspended a promotion offering free meals to pastors after receiving a formal complaint. Management at Golden Corral of Beckley put a hold on the business's Preacher Appreciation Sundays, which offered a free meal to preachers of all denominations. A written complaint from the Freedom from Religion Foundation said the promotion is a violation of the Civil Rights Act. House of Delegates member Eric Brooks called the development disappointing and said residents who don't support the promotion could simply choose not to support the business. Various arguments can be made on this issue, but just as a citizen here in the county, it's disappointing to see it, Delegate Brooks told 59 News. If this policy that they have is something you don't like, we have the right to not go to that establishment. That's how you show your displeasure with it. Just don't give them your money. The complaint said the Freedom from Religion Foundation was contacted about the promotion by a concerned resident. The organization has requested documentation of steps being taken to end what they referred to as a violation of federal and state law. Golden Corral of Beckley declined to comment on the situation. I'm just curious about the context of this one. How is this a violation of the Civil Rights Act?
Yeah.
Like, what? I feel like maybe the words and the problem don't necessarily jive.
Sure.
Race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. How do you, if it's covering all religious denominations? I mean, theoretically, you could just show up and be like, "Hi, I'm an atheist preacher."
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say you're not? Who's to say you're not? And
oh, because it excludes atheists, agnostics.
There we go.
And non-preachers who perform similar community or moral leadership roles.
All right, Civil Rights Act of 1964, it falls under public accommodations, restaurants, hotels, and theaters, and they're excluding atheists, agnostics, and what was the other one?
Secular humanitarians.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Oh, not the secular humanitarians. Don't exclude them. I mean, Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, I could see you being scoffing a little.
Right.
But you said all denominations. And
right.
You keep trying to convince us atheists that is a form of religion.
Right.
Y'all have. You've been telling us this is a form of religion.
I know,
Actually, the absence is not a form
of religion.
Yeah. It's sort of like not having cancer is not a form of cancer.
Right.
Remission is a form of cancer, and that is a form of not currently having cancer or clearly having any signs of cancer. That's a little different than having never had, nor been any part of.
Right.
Having
My
cancer.
question is how you document this, because I have a clergy sticker, I have clergy identifications, I have a NIC card.
Readings are time, Brenda. Readings are time. Yeah, that's a service. But yeah, no. I wonder with that, like, what are the real requirements? Because preacher appreciation sounds all great and stuff. I'm just wondering if it's one of those things that, like, they threw it out there and like, we'll support all denominations. And then, okay, but what's the actual requirements?
Right.
What's the actual thing?
Right.
But this is also why a number of businesses have started to pull away from the class-based. And when I say class-based, I mean you're a group of people, you form a class.
Right.
Class-based donation discounts.
Right.
Is that what you end up doing ends up often, or in some instances, can feel discriminatory.
Right.
At least to certain people. Not to everyone, not to. So yeah, because again, race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. So yeah, it's why you don't see problems with things like an age-based discount, like Welcome Golden Mountaineers, you get a discount.
Right.
Though I've noticed a lot of people just kind of, or a lot of restaurants seem to have stepped out of that one too. Like I think personally, restaurants are, and a lot of businesses are getting sick and tired of trying to run discounts.
Right.
And it's like, just cut the price for everyone and be done with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like, otherwise, do you really want to sit there and argue
between an 11-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 24-year-old that looks like an 11-year-old?
Well, I know, but the best line I ever pulled at a Golden Corral was, one adult and 2 children. I had my grandmother and my sister with me. And she had just hit, the whatever the requirement for the discount was. I think she had just turned 55. And I thought that damn hostess was going to fall off her ass.
I know.
Because she looked at me and she looked at them and she looked back at me and was like, "Did you just say 1 adult and 2 children?" I said, "It's a lot better than saying 1 adult and 2 old ladies." So at that point, I damn near got my ass beat. But anyway, the poor woman found it hilarious. It became our running joke it wasn't Golden Corral, excuse me, Ryan's. It became the running joke every time we went out there. It's 1 adult and 2 children.
Right.
Like every new host or hostess got a giggle. Because it's like, I'm like, it's the same discount. Whether you're 55 and over or you're, 12 and under, it's the same discount.
Right.
It's like 1 adult and 2 children. Make someone feel good.
Right. It's insane. So this other one, we talked about Booker and not really understanding federal laws and regulations. No, we're going to go over to one of our Congress ladies.
So Congresswoman from WOAY, ABC4, Congresswoman Carol Miller, unaware of ongoing water crisis in her district. On a day when city leaders laid out millions in infrastructure projects to West Virginia Congresswoman Carol Miller, one topic had not made it to her desk: the ongoing water crisis in Wyoming County. Congresswoman Miller, a member of the Congressional Coal Caucus and the federal representative for Wyoming County, told WOAY she had never heard about Wyoming County's contaminated water supply until our interview. She said she would look into it further, but declined to answer whether she supports federal intervention, stating, "I'll have to look into it and find out exactly what's happening before I give you an answer on that." When Newswatch asked about the visibly contaminated water in the creeks and rivers, the sulfur smell, and recent finger pointing, Miller responded, "I'll have to do some homework," Miller said. "Thank you for letting me know." Her reaction comes despite months of public reporting, local organizing, and a court case where the contamination has already been declared a public health risk. Meanwhile, one county over in Bluefield, city officials walked Miller through an ambitious slate of projects: a $31 million Safe Streets grant, road and sidewalk overhauls near Bluefield State University, stormwater management, and new emergency services infrastructure. City manager Cecil Marson praised Miller's presence. "She's always done a great job representing us up in Washington. She's been here quite a bit. This was just another one of her usual visits to our area." For others in her district, it was the first time she had addressed the crisis despite years of official complaints to the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. It's 2025 in America, but in Wyoming County, West Virginia, you can't drink or bathe in your water. That's not okay. That will never be okay, said Zach Shrewsbury in an earlier interview with WOAY. We're being treated like the worst orphans, and we're just sick of it. This water is not fit. The dog won't even drink it, said Margaret Shields. Congresswoman Miller promised to review the issue and thanked Newswatch for making her aware. For residents in Wyoming County and beyond, thanks only does so much, yet their question remains, how many more people and animals have to get sick and die before Washington intervenes? Please tell me some of the people that voted for her just realized what they voted for.
Right.
You voted for part of your district to have
Right.
representation.
So interestingly, she comes back and says she'd never heard of the word. She said this on video. Like, if you want, we'll pull this up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She says, I'll look into it to find out exactly what's happening before I give you an answer on that. Congressman said, I'll have to do some homework. When asked if this was the first, she said, U.S. Representative District 1 responded, yes. Following up with the 74-year-old district representative recently to see if she had done her homework, she responded with a statement assessing that she had known about the issues plaguing the residents all along. Excuse me?
You just kind of like blanked? This seems like a really important thing to blank on.
Like, you have to see this.
Like, what did you... Oh. Sometimes they're adorable when they're tap dancing. Sometimes they're adorable. That's... I honestly do think that's got to be worse for the residents than if she just didn't know.
I'll have to look into it and find out exactly what's happening before I give you an answer on that.
Congresswoman Miller represents Wyoming County in the U.S. House of Representatives and is a member of the Congressional Coal Caucus. But she told Newswatch the contamination had not come across her desk.
Is this the first time that you've been made aware of it?
Yes.
Countless residents in and around Wyoming County rely on bottled water, filters, or avoid tap water altogether. Many believe the pollution is tied to abandoned or active mining operations nearby. Some say it's long past time for federal help.
Okay.
That's a hell of a thing to not be even remotely cognizant of.
Right.
Okay. But then she came back and said,
So we don't have her. We have below's her full statement. Here we go. I will send this to you because we just saw her flat out say, "No, she don't know shit about that. She has to go do her research."
I'll have to do my homework. And more importantly, the next question was, is this the first time you have heard about this?
Yes, and
That
she
is very
answers yes.
specific. Yep, first time I heard about it. So last month, Congresswoman Carol Miller said she had never heard of the water crisis in Wyoming County. Now she sings a different tune. So this, by the way, is from WBVA, following up on July 2nd. So Representative Miller was asked by the Polar reporters if federal intervention is needed in Wyoming County. Quote, I'll have to look into it and find out exactly what's happening before I give you an answer on that, said the Congresswoman. I'll have to do some homework. When asked if it was the first time she has heard of this issue, the U.S. representative of District 1 responded yes. We followed up with 74-year-old Congresswoman recently to see if she has done her homework, and she responded with a statement asserting that she has known about the issues plaguing residents all along. Quote, the water issues in Wyoming County have been a multi-year project I have been involved in that required touching base with county and local officials and project engineers before I could give an official statement on the status. The main issue affecting customers is private wells in Indian Creek becoming contaminated and the need for public water to be brought into the area. In fiscal year 2023, I secured a $450,000 congressionally districted earmark for the Wyoming County Commission to be used to provide efficient, reliable, and safe public water service to 215 residents and businesses in Wyoming County through the Hanover Waterline Expansion Project. In fiscal year 2024, I secured an additional $750,000 earmark for the town of Pineville to provide water service to approximately 254 customers through the Brenton-Baileysville Waterline Extension Project. These are ongoing projects that are currently in the process of getting permits to begin construction. I've been told the upgrades to Pineville must be completed first to continue the plan to bring public water to Indian Creek. I've been working hand in hand with local and county officials on this issue and will continue to monitor the progress as the funds I secured are implemented. At the moment, things are progressing as quickly as they can. I will continue to work closely with local and state officials as future projects are planned. Jesus Christ. Is this one of those moments where like she just shows up and votes for shit?
This is one of those moments when the aide is doing the work. The 74-year-old is running down to Bluefield to get dinner from Dolly's.
Well, meanwhile, and going like, I'd vote for this one, right? Like it's the yay button. That's the one I want to press, right? I mean, look, I get it. To a degree, I get it. You're a representative for an entire state, well, at least for an entire district of a state. Mm-hmm. Knowing every little thing is a mind-numbing task to keep up with. That every project you have agreed to back, that at some point, yes, you do have to throw this work off onto an aide or a group of them, and interns and whatever else, whatever other staff you may possess,
right?
To position you and tell me what we think of this one, and tell me what I'm voting on, and what button do I press. You know what I mean? Just flat out, just end of the day, boil it down for me. Which one's the good one?
Right.
I get it. No, like reading through all of it probably is very hard. It sounds like, however, and I'm sorry, Representative Miller, but it sounds like you didn't really care to pay attention because this is a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't some random, like, oh, we're renaming a park. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you gave money to, I don't know, some random group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are people. These are a large number of people that do not have a basic life necessity in your district. Mm-hmm. I think you need to know that is occurring.
Right.
Like that should be one that's kind of, yep. That is a horrible, unfortunate situation. We are working within the federal government as quickly as we can to resolve that.
Right.
For the state of West Virginia, and absolutely, I think the federal government should intervene. You should be on board with that. You should know that one. That seems important.
Right.
Not, well, what do you think about, the fact that Bluefield is giving money to such and such and blah, blah, blah for some stupid crap that no one has ever cared about. The ladies' auxiliary to plant flowers in an intersection or a basket or whatever the hell.
Right.
Irrelevant. No one cares. No one's ever going to ask you that question. But when you have constituents that don't even have clean drinking water, Yeah, you're going to get a question on that one somewhere, somehow, by someone.
Yeah, but she represents the coal coalition.
Uh-huh.
And this problem is caused by the runoff from the coal companies. There should be federally.
I got to bring out my Star Jones. Allegedly.
Yeah, whatever.
Allegedly, the mining activity might have caused a disruption. And the solution is to literally force these people on the city water from well water.
Right.
They
Instead of cleaning up the pollution.
Saying, yeah, if well, not even that. Well, and I think that's a clear indication that the problem is fucked.
Yeah.
Like you are flat admitting you just decimated the water rights of anyone on this property.
Right.
It's gone. There is no potable water on this property.
Right.
It is gone.
Right.
Yeah. Like, so screw the residents. We're supporting the mines, or allegedly, that may have caused an issue.
Right.
We're supporting the economic activity of mining. Which, again, not an unsurprising stance for a West Virginia representative from anywhere.
Exactly.
Like, oh, wow, shock and surprise news at 11. Congressperson backs large, mining operations.
Right.
It is a shock and a horror. We are not sure how to feel.
Right.
Yeah, no shit. Of course that's what she's going to back. They donated, I don't know how much money to her to get her elected.
Right.
Yeah, so that's going to happen. The problem being, yeah, we knew that was going to be your position. And I'm sure the reporter already knew how much you earmarked for this and earmarked for that. And, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the issue. The issue is recognizing that, like, these people you're taking money from, allegedly, are causing a massive disruption to the life of residents.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an easy thing you just deal with to live in a house without potable water, without running water.
Right.
It is 2025. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. And it's going to cost $100,000 per household to get them public water. And the state legislator denied $100,000 towards that project.
Great. So they can't even get one house. And that is part of the West Virginia problem. We would literally rather pay you to relocate from the state of West Virginia,
right,
than to actually address the problems that we're creating in the state that would require a large and substantial amount of money to fix, because the communities are not worth financially, incentively, the money it would cost to operate a public water and wastewater system.
Right. While we continue to pay violations to the Environmental Protection Agency. Wyoming is ranked number 1 in the United States for water violations. Number 1. Every little district across the fucking country, Granddad and his 4 kids built a water plant in Illinois out of cinder block and gasoline. They ain't getting as many violations as the county of Wyoming is paying to the EEP.
The DEP.
Yeah.
But this is now keep in mind, DEP, big hot topic issue for certain Republican parties. As to, we don't need no stinking DEP. Environmental protection is a joke. We don't need this.
Right.
I mean, you could make an argument to me and say that, well, it's clearly not working.
Right.
In terms of we're fining people.
Right.
That's supposed to be an incentive, so apparently the fines aren't enough.
Exactly.
Like,
what is even scarier is it is a little more dangerous to your health to drink a glass of Wyoming County water than Flint, Michigan.
And this is what people are dealing with in their homes
Mm-hmm.
in 2025.
Right.
Like, and the Flint, Michigan issue was bad enough. Is bad.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I do believe that's still an ongoing issue.
Yes.
Like, I want to double check that, because that's been one of those issues that just, it comes to attention, it falls out of attention, it comes to attention, it falls out of attention.
Right.
So this is where we are with Flint, Michigan, by the way. 2014, water source switched to Flint River, bacteria detected, lead contamination identified. 2015, water source switched back to Detroit system. 2017, landmark settlement reached requiring lead pipe replacement. 2021, $626 million settlement reached in lawsuits. 2024, judge working on distribution of settlement funds. Residents still waiting for money. And that's the last update we have. So,
right.
It should not be this hard. This would seem like such a basic thing. Don't
right.
screw up the water.
Right.
Straightforward to me. Pretty straightforward to everyone else. People need
right.
water.
Well, it's like we filter. Yeah, we filter our water here. And granted, we're in Ocala, the water isn't the best. There's possibly EP.
And that's
something.
a preference quality issue.
Right.
Like, it's not going to kill you.
We don't know that.
It won't kill you. We there's testing. Technically, the water is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as taste and preference, God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It is not discolored. It is.
Yeah.
Should not kill you. I mean, water treatment systems are fun. Okay, guys. Like the
where our whites keep getting whiter and we don't add bleach.
Well, it's safe, reliable, efficient distribution of water. Yeah, it's safe is a relative term.
Yeah.
Reliable is a relative term.
Yeah.
Efficient is a relative term. Especially when you're dealing with like 100-year-old infrastructure, especially when you're dealing with just the fact that there are allowable amounts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you're never going to get perfectly, it's just water through an entire public system into people's homes. It will not occur. It is never going to be zero.
Right.
It's always going to be, it's safe enough.
Right.
It's safe enough.
Right.
Like, is it zero? No. Your water, your drinking water, anywhere in the world, I do not care if it comes from a tap, it is going to have a detectable amount of lead. Not enough to harm you. It is going to have a detectable amount of bacteria. Not enough to harm you. It is going to have a detectable amount. The problem comes in is that most human beings, this is fine. It's not a big deal. Like your body can tolerate a lot. It's not a big deal. The problem is when you exceed the safe levels that your body can more than tolerate, even if you're in a immunocompromised, horrible state. Again, you're not going to get to zero. It's not going to be zero across the board. It's never going to happen. Right. But safe enough to be considered an acceptable drinking water source. Okay, so we exceed safe levels. Even after that, even after safe levels, which are very low, there is a warning level, as if we have a problem and we need to address it. That is still technically a reasonable level.
Right.
Is that the vast majority will never have a problem.
Right.
You may encounter some issues, but they're going to be very, very, very specific. You know,
Right.
if you're a cancer patient, if you are someone who already has, a compromised health,
Right.
you might have a problem. You do
Right.
not want to use it for baby formula. In
Right.
general, you really shouldn't be using tap water ever for baby formula, just as a note.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean filter it. I mean, please, 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 don't use tap water for baby formula ever. Boil it first, at least.
Right.
Like good 10-minute rolling boil, do the thing. But generally, don't do that. So yeah, I mean, all of this to say, you're not getting perfect water out of your tap, and even and that's even when a water treatment facility does everything they're supposed to.
Right.
It's not perfect. Even when it exceeds that a little, it's still not dangerous. And it has to get pretty bad for it to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But again, all of this is occurring, and the fact we don't have more problems than we do is surprising.
Right.
So when you get to the point that the DEP shows up about your water, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad. When DEP starts issuing fines over your water,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's beyond bad. It's catastrophic.
Right.
Like, that's not, oh, like, again, I don't know where we got this national idea that the DEP is just a bunch of jerks who show up to your business and to your community and whatever, and just starts handing out fines because they didn't have anything else better to do, fucking bastards.
Right.
No, if they're showing up, it's because there is a real and legitimate risk, and you do not want to deal with that risk.
Right.
I don't know why this is hard for people. Like, the DEP is not your enemy.
Well,
I mean, they are if you're like a megalomaniac who just wants to make millions of dollars and you don't care how many people die so you can do it.
right.
Yeah, they're your enemy then.
Yeah, but this is what happens as long as West Virginians continue to vote under mind boss mentality. She has had mind boss mentality for years. Yeah.
And it's not even a good tap dance. Like, I would have understood if it were a tap dance. What water in Wyoming County? There's never been a water problem in Wyoming County. We just have some areas that need to get put onto public water.
Right.
Would have been the most company answer she could have given instead of, what are you talking about? I've never heard no such thing.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, Goofy, you didn't, like, really? How'd you miss it? What contact with the state of West Virginia have you had?
Right.
Like, really?
I'd love to see her go live at Copperton Bottom for 24 hours. 24 hours. Live at Copperton Bottom. Miss, I own a ranch and I got, government money for that ranch.
But it's not a handout.
But it's not a handout, but I didn't have to pay it back either, so it wasn't a bribe either.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not a bribe. It's not a handout. It's just, because I'm so hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
That is the biggest cop-out in the world. The hardest working people in the world can't even get fucking food stamps, and they do not clear a federal minimum wage.
Right.
But if you got a few $1,000,000 and you get elected to an office and things like that, yeah, you can get all kinds of government handouts. Oh, but they're not handouts. We don't call them that. They're subsidies.
Right.
It's fucking handout. It's,
yeah.
Well, you already have enough money. Here's some more.
Right.
What? Stop it.
Right.
Some things are really, really irritating to me.
Most.
And
But
this particularly.
This particularly, like, it's bad enough that, you know, she barely comes to the state. She only goes to the part of the state that is well funded, has great representation. She doesn't even go to the area.
Bluefield.
Yep.
Told you that when we got together. The Bluefield Daily Telegraph, I will call you out for this. Everything good happens in Bluefield.
Mm-hmm.
All the good happens in Bluefield. But it's real quick how fast we find out how many bad things, because nothing bad ever happens in Bluefield. You will work yourself into a lather to push it into Bluefield, Virginia. You'll work yourself into a lather to push it to Tazewell. You'll work yourself into a lather, or actually don't even really have to try that much because the county courthouse is in Princeton. So if charges were brought, all the horrible happened in Princeton. Every time you have done this for decades, don't even deny it, nothing bad ever happens in Bluefield, West Virginia.
Right.
This is how that paper has run for decades. Nothing bad happens in Bluefield.
Right.
Yep. Just saying.
Yeah. It's insane. It's totally insane. All right. So let's talk about Liongate.
All right. So from Unbothered, or well, Refinery 29, excuse me. The Lionsgate Portal 2025 is here. It's time to manifest. The Lionsgate Portal is upon us. August 8th, 8/8, is a highly auspicious time for us to manifest and to consider our hopes. Why, you ask? The spiritual event falls on a prosperous numerological day, 8/8. 8 is the number of growth and transformations, so 2 8s are considered to heighten the energy. Although the portal is open from July 28th to August 12th, the 8th holds the peak energy. The gateway opens due to the alignment of the sun in Leo, Sirius, and Earth. Sirius is the brightest star in our skies, also known as the dog star. At this point in the summer, the star, known by some as the spiritual sun, appears in the sky after having been hidden by the angle of the Earth. The ancient Egyptians looked forward to the flooding of the Nile during this period, and also believed the celestial positioning created a bridge between realms. This year, the Lionsgate portal differs because it occurs the day before the full moon in Aquarius. This makes it a momentous time to craft our dreams into reality. Releasing old habits and setting intentions is pivotal during the waxing gibbous moon in Aquarius. Mars in Libra opposes Saturn retrograde in Aries and harmonizes with Uranus in Gemini, giving us the strength to boss up. Also, 4 planets are retrograde: Mercury in Leo, Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, and Pluto in Aquarius. These planetary positions give us all the more reason to reflect upon the past and to take measures to evolve. So, all right, so for each of the signs, Aries, commit to a mission that pushes you to be generous with your time. Ask your crew if they'd be interested in joining the cause. Their efforts are crucial. That way you can bond while doing something magical for others. Taurus, it's a family affair. Taurus, visit or call your family to catch up on their summer activities. By reaching out, you're making sure that you stay in touch and maintain affiliation with your kin. You can design the right fit for your relatives to remain in communication and the foundation of these relationships. This will be a beautiful tone. Gemini, you're a busy bee. You don't have to take on every project and do all the errands on your to-do list ASAP. Before you go full speed ahead, know your limits before the emails pile up to a stack too high to complete on your own. Saying no won't make you a villain. It'll show you're not a pushover. Cancer, do not fixate on the problem. Find the solution to living without fear. Rather than worrying about the outcome of situations, take on new endeavors freely. You may want to do something out of the ordinary and live in the moment. You don't have to be cautious. You can be authentic in the decisions you opt for. Leo, learning ways to express your desires without being demanding will help you approach others. Being more compassionate and respectful to the needs of your squad and family instead of just asserting your wants adds a new dimension to your connection with them. Virgo, if you need a break from social media, give doom scrolling a rest. It can be frustrating to keep up with everyone's news, and your mind might be overloaded. Meditate and envision a different environment for yourself away from your phone. Your closest peeps know how to get in touch with you, so don't stress about leaving your devices on Do Not Disturb. Libra, defining yourself through relationships isn't allowing you to see your true potential. You're a bold and beautiful person with a lot of talent. Therefore, you shouldn't get your sense of self from how people view you. You're reestablishing your identity and confidence. To be honest, it's about time you're taking a stand to reclaim power and control of your life. Scorpio, what are your career aspirations? Think about what you wish to achieve in the months ahead. When you hone in on the professional vision that interests you, list everything necessary and cross each task off as you complete it. With your with your drive and determination, there isn't anything you can't accomplish. Victory is written in your astrological DNA. You got this. Sagittarius, no one can speak to your experiences but you, so now is the moment for you to seize the day and start a Substack detailing your amazing adventures. The goal is to use your voice effectively and be heard. Your stories will prove to be beneficial to others embarking on similar journeys. Capricorn, now is an excellent time to start work on getting your finances together. Consolidating debt or making a payment arrangement might be the optimal solution given the chance. You'll learn how to save your pennies in the future without having FOMO in your friendship circle. Balling on a budget will be easier than ever. Aquarius, creating a better space for relationships is extremely important. Knowing you can have your freedom and remain committed is vital to establishing a healthy partnership for your autonomous spirit. Give your crush, significant other, room to grow individually and as a couple. It is a great way to ensure longevity in the ship. You'll be glad that you chose this path forward. Pisces, manifest your best life, Pisces. Try to cultivate a more effective routine in which you bring self-care into your day-to-day activities. A walk at dusk or a lunchtime yoga class will help you ease your mind and heart. Doing so acts as a catalyst for relieving stress and centering your energy. It will revive your aura and vibe as a result. There we go.
It's going to be interesting. I find it interesting for three possibilities. One, we also have full moon hitting on the 9th. We have this Lionsgate thing, which is fairly new in publicity, and they're tying astrology into it. I'm going to look more to the looking at exactly where things fall at with the astrological side of things and find that more interesting and invest into that.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
It does definitely fall into the summation, though, of now's a good time to start new things.
It is, and new patterns and new recognitions and new associations at it. All right. So with that, let's find out if you're the asshole this week.
I would love to. I need the link.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I gave you your case.
So weird to be on air right now without an asshole. Ba-dum-bum.
There you go.
All right. So, wild notes. Am I the asshole for refusing to do my cousin's makeup for free, even though I'm a makeup artist? I, 21 male, work part-time as a makeup artist. I've done prom looks, event glam, photo shoots, etc. It's something I take seriously, and it helps pay my bills. My cousin, 25 female, is going to a wedding soon and asked me if I could do her full glam makeup as a favor. I told her I was already booked that day, but the schedule was flexible with my other client, so if she was okay coming in extra early, I could squeeze her in and do it if she paid 70%. She got all huffy and said that since she brought home food the previous night, it was the least I could do. I'm like, if I knew eating her takeout was going to be used as currency, I would have skipped it. It's not like it was my only choice for dinner or that I'd asked for it. Look, I know I'm a bit petty about it. She's made comments in the past about my makeup style being too much and too drag queenish, which I know wasn't meant as a compliment when she said it. I'm queer and have drag queen friends, so yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way, so I was honestly hesitant from the beginning. I told her I don't usually do full glam for free unless it's for my mom or one of my best friends. It didn't go over well, so now my mom is telling me I'm being money-minded and that I should have just said yes because families should help each other. I get where that's coming from, but it still doesn't sit right with me. I would have had to adjust a paying client schedule just to fit her in and do it for free. So OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. People might view it as selfish for not helping a family member out since she got me food already.
When was
Not
the last
the
time you got
asshole.
her food? Not the asshole. More
God.
so, your craftsman. How, in the lovin' of the gods, do they think that that pays your bills?
Like, don't get me wrong. Someone brings you food, that is something to be appreciative of. It truly is. Truly is. Even if it's not what you wanted, even if it's not, like, I get that. I get it. And appreciation is one thing. Being pulled into a barter that she didn't ask to be part of, or even suggest she be part of, or that it was something you would consider, and essentially getting guilted into, well, you already ate the food, so now you should do the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
No. More to the point, if we're going to use something as currency,
Right.
we really need to have a meeting of the minds there.
Yep.
That you are exchanging value.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't care what restaurant you went to. I don't care how much you spent on dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care if it wasn't even just like a doggy bag kind of situation. If
Right.
you specifically ordered this for OP,
Mm-hmm.
it clearly does not have value to him.
Right.
Appreciated that, well, okay, I'll eat that. Is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want something from OP.
Right.
You gave them something they didn't really want or care about. Where's that value?
Right.
Like where's the value exchange?
Right.
Like what we doing? What we doing?
How we doing here? What we're doing with it? Why are we doing it?
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's not a value exchange. I'm a little bothered by OP's mom.
Right.
I kind of get the family helps family. It's true. It's true. It's very true. I have a brother is a very common sentence. I have a sister that is a very common sentence. There's a limit to that.
Right.
What exactly, like, if you wanted to make up tips,
right.
If say you were having some problems with I don't know how to apply this.
Right.
Like I can't get this to apply right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you wanted some basics, some tips and tricks and stuff, yeah, that's worth an ask.
Right.
That's help. Family helping family.
Right.
So if you work at a car lot, you get a free car? Is that how that works? If you work at a bank, you just get like free money? Like there's a limit here.
Right.
Like I would expect if someone works at a bank, you might get some, you know, savings tips or some tips about, you know, like do this, not that. That you might call if you like fuck up and it's like, I did something bad, please help.
Right.
You know, I like, and I've seen that one play out. Like, and that was with someone I knew. That they had a family member that worked at a bank, actually was like a president of a bank. They horribly screwed up their accounts, and they did call, and were like, "Oh, I fucked up. And please help me not go to jail." And that situation got resolved, and it was a lot better than it should have been. But that's family helping family.
Right.
That's help. Do it for me. Charge me nothing. And because I already brought you takeout, again, even if it was from like the best restaurant in town and whatever, it doesn't matter. It apparently does not have value to OP. You want something. You gave something that apparently didn't have value to you in the first place, and then you decided to use it.
Right.
It's like, oh, I brought you food. You have to. Like,
Right.
God, that is so weak. That's so weak. Like, no, stop that. No. Asking for some tips, asking for like a little bit of patience, a little bit of assistance, point me in the right direction, talk me through this, tell me I'm not screwing this up. That's help.
Right.
But like, yeah, show up and do it. No. I don't get me wrong. It is so certainly appreciated.
Right.
If a family member offers to do that, like that's totally a wonderful thing, and that is absolutely amazing. Demanding it, that's different.
Right.
That's where the problem is. And then having already been really rude and disrespectful, or at least to OP's mind, like, I'm sorry, you need to apologize for some shit first.
Right.
Throw off on how I do the service I provide, and then you ask me to do the service you just threw off about.
Right.
For you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
What? Huh?
Like, you're the shittiest baker ever. Bake me a cake.
Yeah.
What?
That really don't help.
Your cakes are ugly and they taste horrible. Bake me one. What? Aeson's readings are absolutely horrible and they never come true. Give me a free reading.
Yeah. Or
What?
I don't believe in psychics.
Yeah, like psychics are stupid and they just scam people. Can I have a free reading?
Yeah.
But I brought you a donut.
Yeah.
At this point, bringing him a donut is like, I don't know, the surest way to be like, you're not getting a reading. Like, that's just levels of rude.
You may be getting blocked at this point.
Yeah, that's well, we're not going to be seeing you at Christmas.
Right.
No, but I mean, seriously, though, I don't understand the mindsets involved. Like,
Right.
I think OP is being the most reasonable that, like, look, I ain't dealing with this person. Like, I'll be as civilly nice to them as I can possibly be, but I'm not going out of my way in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So, no, not the asshole. I think you're being as civil to someone who's already shown a lot of disrespect, who doesn't want to pay you for your services, that seems to be determined to insult you, coerce you, force you to provide something to them. Yeah, this has gone too far, is where this is at. And don't back down on it. Like, I don't care how much you piss off your mom.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments that, like, no, seriously.
Right.
We're not doing this.
Right.
Like, and at this point, even if she were to agree to pay, or one of those lovely situations where mom's like, I'll give you the money for it.
Yeah, I'm
Nope,
booked.
sorry, you're currently unavailable.
Right.
Like, that's where this is now. Is you are permanently unavailable to the now blocked client.
Yes.
Client in air quotes of your family.
Right.
Like, nope, not doing it. Not gonna do it.
Not in the mood to do it.
Can't make me do it.
Right.
Like, sorry about your luck. I'll gladly give you referrals, and please make sure those referrals are to the most expensive people in your field.
Yeah.
Like the ones that you're like, I can't believe anyone charges that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you refer them to.
Right. And hold to that.
Yeah, at least if you're going to have to sit there and know that someone's already thrown off on the work you do, that because of their behavior, they are now going to pay a premium to get it from someone else.
Right.
At least if they use your recommendation.
Right.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. I'm sorry, there's some things I get really hateful about. Like, you kind of sometimes have to walk that line between that rubbed me the wrong way, and I have to be professionally rude.
Right.
So yeah, there are certain companies I have on speed dial for if you rub me the wrong way, and you have to do a fair amount to do that to me, by the way. And I have to give you a referral to someone else. Oh, you better believe I'm not sitting here finding you a way to save money. I'm going to send you to the most expensive, backed up, completely going to make this as painful as possible.
Right.
Like I have contacts that and professionally they would tell you this is who they are. They're the most expensive in their field.
Right.
They have a wait list bigger than their house. They are known for their personality and not in a good way.
Right.
That's who you get referrals to. If you're going to show up and like throw off on the work I do, throw off on the price of the work that I do, the whatever. Okay, well, I'll gladly refer you to someone else.
Right.
Now if you're nice, it's one of those things I just can't do it. Or it's not in my, I will go out of my way to send you to someone better. Better price, better availability, better personality, better fit. I'll gladly send you along to the good people, the nice ones that are, same price level, maybe a little less, that I know are a good fit. But you're going to get hateful.
Yeah.
You can work a search engine or a yellow pages as well as the next person.
Right.
So
well, it's like people that come to me and they start their crap, and they've done this. Like it's not surprising. Yeah, there's readers out there that charge $300, $400 for a 30-minute reading. I will gladly refer them off in a heartbeat.
And again, that's if you're going to be rude.
Yep.
Here's the referral I'm going to give you.
Right.
Like, I know one of my referrals is actually a relative. And I typically go ahead and tell people they're a relative. Like, we're related. This is a cousin of mine. I already know before I send them, you're not going to have services through them. I don't have to call them. I don't have to tell them anything. I know their business. I know how busy they are. I know what they charge per hour.
Right.
I know if you're balking at me, you're about to find out how much this can cost.
Right.
Have fun.
Right.
Because their hourly makes mine look like a pittance.
Right. You know, and their hourly is quite insane.
Well, it's not insane. It's reasonable for everything that they provide and do, and it is meant to dissuade people who have little problems.
Right.
They are corporate focused. They're very good at what they do.
Right.
But they're corporate focused. They normally do contract. You don't want to hire them hourly. Like, you want to sign an agreement.
Right.
You don't want hourly. They will hurt. They will hurt a lot.
Right.
And I found out that was a great reference to give to people I don't like or that rub me the wrong way from a client.
Right.
Because what actually happened is I had made an offhand comment after I moved
Right.
that I was kind of surprised that having moved, that this business didn't maybe, choose somewhere else.
Right.
And they just started listing out my competition for me. Like, they had considered it. And they're like, like, nope, and nope. And here's why.
Right.
It's okay, cool. I'll put that in the back of my brain. I'll just kind of hold on to it.
Right.
Useful information to know about my competition. Lets me know where my bounds are.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and
I'm
you're
nice,
able,
not stupid.
right?
I don't know why people need to be told that about me. He's nice, not stupid.
Right. You know.
Oh, Brenda says, I just messaged you with stupid questions, not reading related. LOL.
I enjoy those.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Speaking of those, while the poll is up, feel free to vote. Let's hop over to the psychic.
All right. Oh, our psychic gives us, do you guys doing anything specific to develop psychic abilities? Just curious to see what you guys are doing, or if this sub is just for the naturally psychic people who don't have to do anything to develop their powers. Oh, this is going to be funny.
Well, first of all, everyone has to develop. It's like running or anything else.
It's kind of like breathing.
Right.
It's kind of like better analogy. It's like walking.
Mm-hmm.
Virtually everyone is capable of doing it. Some spend a lot of time becoming far more graceful at it than others.
Right.
That's sort of how this goes. Anyone can stumble around.
Mm-hmm. You know, and it takes a lot of work. It also takes a lot of management and skills level to manage your skill level. It takes a lot of exercise, both physically, because every time the mind has more abilities than the body becomes useless, less useful. This is why we see ancient monks that can float because they no longer can walk.
But no, yeah, everyone has to develop the ability. Even the most powerful, and actually, it's probably more work gets done by people with more natural ability.
Right.
And that has more to do with learning to control it,
right,
turn it off, shut it up, so that they can function,
right,
without going insane.
Right.
It sounds like it's one of those things I've seen come up in like classes and stuff that people get really upset about, like, they're not all that naturally talented, and it's like, yeah, blessings and curses. sometimes having a little bit of something is a lot better than having all of it.
Right.
It's sort of like trying to eat the whole buffet. It
Right.
sounds amazing to have a whole buffet, not shoved in your face.
Mm-hmm.
24/7, 365, all the dead people showing up, knocking on your brain,
Mm-hmm.
telling you their life story,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to explain all the shit, and oh, by the way, here's some gossip about that person next to you.
Right.
No. Stop. Having a little bit.
Right.
That's controllable. That's manageable. You're not going to feel like you're crazy.
Right.
Like you can it is easier functionally to do more work to develop your ability better than trying to take an overwhelming ability and tamp it down.
Right.
I mean, that's
And
been my understanding so far.
that, or keep it balanced.
Yeah. And then there's the risks of being really good at it.
Yeah.
It's
And
sort
then
of
what?
the Sylvia Brown problem.
Mm-hmm.
Really great, really prolific, really, and it killed her.
Yeah.
Did y'all catch that? Like, it's an awesome power. With that comes a lot of problems.
Right.
It wrecked her body before she got a handle on the fact that, like, wait a minute. This is doing a lot of damage. I need to slow down.
Right.
By the time she started pumping the brakes,
she was already heart problems, riddled with arthritis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it sounds like a great thing, and it is impressive, and it is wonderful, and it is a great thing. But with it, like,
right.
you pay a price.
Right.
Sometimes knowing, maybe not all the details, maybe not having that clear picture might be a little more worth it if it kicks in at the right moment.
Right.
And you get what you need without having to like write a mortgage check against it.
Mm-hmm. Or worse.
Mm-hmm. Knock 10 years off your life, 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah. And Edgar, a lot of people are controversial about Sylvia Brown because, oh my God, she was wrong once. She wasn't a goddess. She was a reader. I'm sure she was wrong more often than she was right more often than she was wrong. And looking at the circumstances and what she probably saw, I would have probably made the same mistake.
Well, and then you could also just take a whole detour through the whole, like, the Oracle from the Matrix moment of, like, what's really going to be, what's really going to, like, chap your ass or whatever later is if you had knocked it over, if I hadn't said anything.
Mm-hmm.
That moment of, like, sometimes you're right for being wrong.
Right.
Like, I made a choice. Like, if I told you the thing, I already know how it turns out, so maybe I don't tell you the thing, and you don't do that.
Right.
It gets into sometimes being wrong is right.
Right.
You don't want to know what happens if I'm right.
Right.
But we've had that debate on the show sometimes about, like, you sometimes, like you've said, you talk to a client, you tell them what they need to not do, and you know they're going to do it anyway.
Right.
And it's kind of like almost a prayer for judgment moment of, like, please learn to listen to the advice you asked and paid for.
Right.
Because you're creating your own problem now.
Right.
You're not going to listen as I tell you to not keep calling every single psychic on the planet to ask the same question every single day.
Mm-hmm. Now, hand-holding is different than that. Like precious more moment hand holding is different to that.
Elaborate on that. I'm a little confused.
Meaning, like, we're dealing with a desperate situation.
Yes, yeah. No.
Yeah. And it is a played up
And-
play. You make a choice today, we have to figure out what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's about the person and the difficulties of their situation.
Right.
Not about, they already know the situation. They're dealing with the situation just fine, touching patiently,
Mm-hmm.
determined to make it do the thing they want it to, and in the end, turning it into exactly what they didn't want.
Right.
Why? Because you kept fucking with it.
Right.
It's like, how many times do you have to touch the wet paint before you figure out it isn't dry?
Right.
You know, is it dry now? Is it dry now? Is it dry now? Is it dry now?
Right.
Is it dry now? Is it dry now? Is it going to call me 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 now? Like, it's the same thing. Stop screwing up the paint.
Right.
It will dry.
Right. But no, and that's not even situations I'm talking about. I'm talking about situations when we're acquisitioning company, and there's so many choice points around all of this. I have clients that we do this quite often. They'll go through phases when it is, all right, go do X, come back and see what Y says.
Yeah.
Because when you're acquisitioning a company, you may be dealing with 1,000 to 3,000 people.
And it's open to a lot of interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say it this way or did you say it that way?
Right.
Because if you said it this way, this should work. If you
Right.
said it that way, or that's what they heard, or that's the way someone reinterpreted your words,
Right.
then we have a problem.
Well, then we have complications.
We gotta wiggle.
Mhm.
You know, change things, move this way, blah blah blah. And again, it's
Yes.
no one is 100%.
Yes.
No one.
But no, Edgar Casey killed himself during readings. I'm quite consistently aware of that factor.
It
He
is
was told.
the cause of his death.
Yes, it is the cause of his death. The multiple strokes he had is related to him doing more than the amount of readings his guides would allow him to do. Yeah, but Aeson, you deal with hundreds a day. Yes, I do. But I also train like a fucking marathon racer. I also maintain my
I'm
health.
down for it.
Yep.
Maintain your health. You additionally also know when to stop.
Yes.
And you, the very rarely have I seen you keep going when it's like, no,
Right.
we are toast, we are done.
Mhm.
And that's more of an in-person thing.
Yeah.
Like if you've committed to do a 3-hour event and there is a line out the door, I've seen you go ahead and make it happen.
Right.
Like we're gonna clear this line, but then there's consequences, and not the least of which is that's all he is gonna do or have done for the next few days.
Mhm.
It's gonna bite him. It's gonna bite him hard.
Mhm.
And there is no working past that point.
No.
Like, if he comes home and goes to bed for 18 hours, which has happened after an event,
Yes.
or more, that's it. I mean, it's not the same as being like, okay, that's a line of 60 people. We're going to cover 40.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it still has a price he pays. He feels awful. He sleeps. He's not going to be able to do anything. It's basically wake him up, pour food in him, and watch him go back to sleep.
Right. But on the other side of that, and I've learned like to prep myself properly for those events. Like it is like I am training for a race. You know, I'm gonna eat high vibration foods. My caffeine intake is going to hit the fucking roof. Like just go by all the bullets.
Yeah, and it's not like he can do a worked all night till 11 a.m. rolled straight into the car for us to drive to an event, did readings from, say, 3 p.m. to midnight, got back in the car, and then logged into the network. Nope.
No.
Never gonna happen.
No. No.
One, not even possible, but two is a pre-awareness that, like, you can't plan on that. Like, that's adorable. That's never gonna happen. Two, no, it means the night before an event, like, he might do some readings. It's not going to be a normal run.
Right.
Like, he has to shut that down.
Right.
And it tends to be more like booked appointments, regulars.
Right.
Like, I can handle this. I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm walking into.
Right.
Within, reasonably.
Reasonable.
Versus, like, spending 6 hours on the network randomly.
Right. No.
Like, y'all don't understand. Network is random.
Yeah.
It is random.
And can I please make a PSA? Please do not call me while you're driving. That is so fucking scary.
Yeah, while you're driving is scary. On just a technical level, please don't schedule appointments for your commute.
Yeah.
Especially not if you're using public transit.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I don't know their name. But I do know, because it has happened repeatedly. You had a client that was constantly setting appointments for during their commute. What is their commute? Subway.
Right. Please don't.
Please don't. Like, that is that call is either not going to go through. Y'all get started for 2 minutes, and then he's mad because it disconnected again. And then it's basically a 15-minute appointment that takes 2 hours. One way or another, either trying to get a hold of you, trying to get the calls to connect, to have the appointment, or just flat saying,
right,
call me when you get home.
Right.
Like, this isn't going to work. This is not
right. Right.
Or call me when you stop.
Right.
Like, you're going to have to actively choose to get off the train. This is not, you cannot subway.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because
just
me reading at 200 miles an hour is interesting to begin with. And then the speed that I am already traveling with my guide through your life is insane. All right. And I've also learned to take breaks and go do mindless things like take potions. All right. So the poll is in, and no, you are not the asshole.
Oh, we got consensus on one.
Yes.
All right. Not a dill pickle. Hot damn.
Yeah. Now I do have an announcement
anymore.
Right. I do have announcements to make. There will be no mountain bears this week. I am going on retreat, even though I do have some business to deal with one of our other businesses. I won't. There's no way we can live stream. There is the birth of a YouTube channel that is my gaming channel. I will be sharing that out next Psyche Coffee Shop.
Yay and stuff.
Yay and stuff.
All right.
All right.
Ready for me to Vanna it away?
Vanna it away, baby.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Brenda, Joan Owen, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Caitlin Bell, Devin, and Bella. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
Yes. All right. You guys have a great evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Buckle up, y'all. It's time to drop. coffee shop.